Yes, yes, we have. Yes.
Okay, we're digressing.
It's Women's Day. Let's forget about the men.
No, we were just thinking about the kind of conditioner that goes into that. No, sorry. Okay, back.
And I think I am also a teenager at heart. And as they say, dil to bacha hai ji. Stories about women from different walks of life and their need to desire, need to express themselves, whether physically or otherwise. This is the second season, and I think in this season we try to delve more into the Indian woman's psyche and address the forbidden desires, and also the fact that, you know, the social taboos should be done away with to give them confidence to do so. And it's for the men to say that, as a tagline says, orgasms don't have a gender.
We were just talking about that.
Also, that's a cool hashtag. I mean, I'm going to use that in my social. That's so true.
Okay, so you said that the show is about letting women. Yeah, sorry. You said that BigF is about giving women the right to express their fantasies, their desires. I have an awkward question. Weren't you recently accused of encouraging the mocking of a girl on Twitter for doing exactly that?
Elephant in the room.
I had to bring it up, sorry.
Everybody can see it. I think we must address it. I like to address it in 3 sections. First of all, the tweet itself. I didn't know who this girl was. I saw a tweet by Sehwag, and I often laugh at his funny jokes. He makes pretty funny jokes about all kinds of things. And I just laughed at it, and I left it. I didn't see the connotation in it. Then I got some messages that some prominent journalists are commenting on it and conversing on it. So I went back on Twitter, and I quickly went on the internet and saw what was going on, and I could immediately put 2 and 2 together. And I very pointedly said that do not politicize this poor girl's point of view. And then those 2 words were taken. Poor, they said you're a misogynist, and girl, they said you're a sexist. I said, hey, media or anywhere else, and I think that is what has to be addressed, is the trolling, and especially the trolling against women. And the social media portal heads in India should look into it very seriously, because it's becoming a bigger issue and it's getting out of hand day by day. I've had brickbats from this side, I've had brickbats from that side, and I'm inviting them. Maybe I can sit with them and have a conversation about it and try and find a solution.
The girl, Gurmehar, you said that this girl was being used as a pawn.
It was not gender specific. As I had mentioned earlier, even if it was a boy, it would have been the same thing. It was not gender specific, it was not religion specific. And I was and I am against the politicization of any person's point of view, period. You might have an agenda or an axe to grind, don't blow it out of proportion. You know what I mean? As an actor, I have faced this before, and I'm sure I'm going to face it again, as I pointed out to you. But for a young person to go through all that, I'm sure would have been very traumatic, and she should not have had to go through it.
So, Randeep, as you also said earlier that you relate a lot to the youth of India. You are a very successful Bollywood actor. You have a great fan following.
I'm managing somehow.
The youth looks up to you, that's the point. So, do you think it was correct, or it is correct for you to take a political stand?
That's a very big question, because like you and me, like everybody else, I am also a citizen of the country. I am also a human being. I have come from grassroots level to wherever I am today. I don't live in a vacuum. I am affected by things that happen around me all the time. I'll give you an example. I was training for a movie called Battle of Saragadi, and we were doing infantry training, and we were doing workshops, and we used to get up at 4 o'clock every morning. So one morning I woke up to the Uri attacks, and I read about it, and it was not war, it was nothing, it was a peaceful unit. These boys were sleeping in their barracks, and they were arrived, and another India that is aspirational. It is getting there. This show is about that aspirational India where a person, man or a woman, can express his or her desire or opinion without being labeled or lynched for it. That a woman is not the object of your desire to do with her as you please. She's a person. You know, if you do it, you're a stud. If she does it, you're a slut. If she's wearing a short skirt, doesn't mean that she's asking for it. All these things have to be addressed, and it has to be addressed to the men. That is what we need to change.
But Randeep, with women in India facing so much violence, like on a daily basis, do you think a show like this is going to give, wrong ideas to men or boys?
Bus. This is exactly why we are doing this show, MTV BigF. These are the very questions we are trying to address. And it is for both men and women to understand that if a woman enjoys sex, it doesn't mean she's a slut. And if she's hanging out with the boys, it doesn't mean that she's characterless. She's a person, just like you and me, and she has the right to consent. And in fact, this is one of the main things that I am talking about in the show. And it is the idea of consent. And we've got 5 points that we've addressed through it, which are as follows. I'll read them out to you. When someone says no, it means no. It's not maybe, it's not perhaps, it's not because she's shy, it's not a game. Uski na mein haan nahi chupa hua hai. If a woman desires you, she will let you know. Trust me. And if she can't let you know because she's inebriated, that means it's an absolute no. You cannot take advantage of her. And if she's unsure, let her take her time. You cannot assume it's a yes. And if she asks you to stop midway and changes her mind, respect that and back off. She does not have to finish what she started. She doesn't owe you anything. So these are some of the pertinent points that I am addressing through the show to the men in this country. That's the attempt here. We've tried to create a show which is not preachy, it is engaging, and you know, it is up to the young people to make up their minds and make educated decisions. That's what it's about. You have to make educated decisions. And so this is what we are trying to do.
Thank you so much, Randeep. I
Pleasure.
really hope that MTV BigF Season 2 achieves what it's aiming for. I'm very excited to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a short photo op. So if we could just wait for the setup.
I don't follow awards so much, but I'm glad if it's getting accolades. Yeah.
जैसे कि होस्ट भी करने वाले थे, क्या क्या तैयारी की हुई है होस्ट ट्रिकी है, जैसे कि हम पहले सीजन देख चुके हैं, तो काफ़ी मतलब एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी।
इसके अंदर मैं काफ़ी मीटिंग्स हुई हमारी, काफ़ी डिस्कशंस हुए कि क्या क्या हमें इसमें पॉइंट आउट करना चाहिए। इंडिया सिर्फ एक नहीं है, दो तरह के इंडिया हैं, दोनों जगह एनवायरनमेंट अलग अलग है, तो उन सारी चीज़ों को मद्देनज़र देखते हुए इसमें मेरी इन्वॉल्वमेंट।
Randeep, of course, today's Women's Day. You have this show which, in a sense, empowers women. They talk about.
Is absolutely wrong. Trolling of men and women both is wrong, and trolling of women is even more wrong. They should be. You are not done that you threaten women and pass lewd comments and do all those things. It's absolutely wrong, and I think today Menka Gandhi ji, who is the minister for all this, has set up a separate cell to protect women against it. And as I said before, that the social media portals should also address it very seriously. Abusing and nameless, faceless people abusing people and and threatening people is absolutely wrong. We cannot stand for it.
Also for the fact that art and artists are way above religion, creed, or anything. Do you think they should be targeted just for singing like this girl who just sang a Hindu devotional song?
Absolutely,
Being a Muslim
we are
girl.
all humans. Recognize the whole human race as one.
रणदीप जी, आज वुमेंस डे है, तो आज सोशल मीडिया पे देखा जाए तो आज राम गोपाल वर्मा
ना मुझे उनके ट्वीट ना मैंने पढ़ा है और ना मुझे इंटरेस्ट है.
What is your idea behind coming on this show and being a part of it?
Because it really, I really don't do much. If you look at my filmography also, things that I don't believe in, and I really believe that it is about time we started having a conversation about the forbidden things, the so-called taboos regarding women in our country. And I think it's a great opportunity, and I have really collaborated with the show creatives, and I think it's about time we started doing that, and it's about time we stopped labeling people and lynching people for their opinions and expressing their desires.
Rather than talking about women empowerment, do you think as a society it's important now to really start feeling it and
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I said there are two Indias. One India has arrived, another India is aspirational. This show is targeted at the aspirational India we all want to be a part of, where any man, woman, regardless of gender or religion, can express their opinion or their desires without being labeled or lynched.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you very much. No, sir. It's for a